It is often said that you either buy something right or you buy it twice. These are the kind of shots I've been able to get since I picked up this lens. This lens, for me, is really very awesome. Well, I recently set out to buy the YONGNUO 50mm lens, and this lens actually cost less than $100. Why did I purchase something like this in the first place? All these shots were actually shot on this particular lens. Amazing, right? Especially for the amount at which you are buying this. Look at the sheer amount of blur I have in the background. You see, the same reason why someone would actually buy, let's say, a software like Film Convert to actually add some grains onto their digital footage is actually the same reason why I went to buy something like this. A cheap lens like this obviously has chromatic aberrations and some other imperfections in it. But for me, that is exactly the point. That is what I am talking about. It is these imperfections that made me to buy this lens. Why? Because digital footage usually comes with, this kind of very sharp feeling with it and this kind of tack perfect footage. However, that does not completely look so natural to the environment because of what our eyes are akin to seeing because of celluloid or how film developed. And so I decided to get something like this so that the imperfections that come with this would actually look perfect in terms of my footage. So it does not make sense that always we just have to buy things very expensive. However, obviously, because of the cost, this obviously looks and feels very plasticky. And so it's so obvious that with just one drop, this lens will be no more. And that is where higher lenses come in. But this is kind of counterintuitive because even no matter how expensive the lens is, I feel like nobody will kind of drop a lens on purpose. But if it ever happens with something like this, it's game over. And so that is something to keep in mind if you really want to pick up something like this. The other disadvantage too is that as I keep moving this thing, all the elements of the lens inside can be heard moving or shaking. I don't know if you can hear this. You kind of get the point. But for the quality that you get, it's actually really worth it. Now, I had extra stop of light with this because I actually use a speed booster whilst attaching it to my Panasonic G7. And so because of the increased distance between the lens and the sensor, I actually get an extra stop of light. Hence, if you attach this lens to a Canon camera and I attach it to my camera right now, I'm obviously going to get more blur in the background than you because I'm adapting it to my camera. And so for all these reasons, something like this kind of makes sense in my case. So after getting it, I decided to take it out and get all these shots you are seeing on your screen right now. And I can tell you that it's very awesome shooting with something like this. And that has always been my point. You can have general knowledge about stuff, but always make sure that that knowledge or that particular thing you are picking up actually always makes sense in the context of what you are doing. We have best lenses, best cameras in the world, but as you can see, I've been able to provide a justification to why exactly I decided to pick something like this up, even though I could have picked up a more expensive lens. And so the best equipment out there is what works within the context of the kind of filmmaking or the kind of videos or the kind of photography that you actually do. So do not be intimidated by expensive lenses. If you are just a beginner, you can go out and get something like this. And I can guarantee you that you'll be able to pull off shots which are as awesome as all these particular shots. My very good friend Amrita Nyaba has actually been a very great resource. Even though she's not a filmmaker, very soon we are coming up with a one location short film idea. You guys should just anticipate that particular short film. We are going to be shooting it on mobile phone and it is going to be coming your way very, very soon. With this agric documentary that I'm doing with all these particular awesome shots, by the time of making this video, this particular documentary will not yet be out. But if you are watching this in the future, please kindly do consider looking in the description because I might have links to the full documentary in the description over there. And if you're just discovering this video for the very first time, welcome. This is Africa Amaze channel. Over here, I do talk about cinematography, photography, editing, and all its related branches. We also watch movies and talk about other movie industries across the globe. If all this sounds interesting, then I'll do much appreciate it if you do click on the subscribe button. Please make sure to do turn on the post notification bell so you are notified anytime I drop awesome content like this right here from Africa. And please do me a favor, if you did get a ton of information out of this video, please make sure to click on the like button because that goes a long way in helping other people discover this channel right here on YouTube. Hey, we are on our way to 10K subscribers, and in 2023 is Operation 10K subs. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, I would catch you in the next one. Until next time, keep practicing filmmaking. Peace out.